This will be pretty different than my typical content, but I promise I would not be posting this if I didn't feel it were pretty important for the collective to be hearing. I've been hearing from everyone about the urgency of the USA situation, about feelings of frustration, and that nothing has been done yet to intervene and stop this madness. And while I completely understand the sentiment and largely feel the same myself, it's imperative we all pause to understand just how delicate this moment is. Now, this is absolutely an unprecedented time in our history, but I do not believe all these different unprecedented things are happening separate from each other. Remember, nothing is a coincidence, everything is connected. The feds are in the middle of a mammoth interagency nuclear training exercise in upstate New York, while stressing it is a routine exercise and not a reaction to a threat. According to the FBI, the exercise started Sunday and will run through Friday around Albany, with members of the Department of Defense, National Nuclear Security Administration, FBI, Homeland Security, and other local and federal agencies. Now, if everything that I believe and have asserted to be true about EM, poo-poo, DJT, etc. is a reality, then I have no doubt that as soon as DJT won the contest, that threats would have been made to our government should anyone challenge that result. Remember, DJT's checkmate tweet. I also feel strongly that when our country used their new nuclear-capable hypersonic missile on Ukraine, it was more to send a message to the USA than to Ukraine. That weapon travels at speeds exceeding Mach 5 and have been of significant concern in the realm of military strategy and defense, as their speed and maneuverability make them difficult to intercept. Now, let's shift gears, but while we do, remember, nothing is a coincidence, everything is connected. The first plasmoid and Dior sightings were November 13th over Picatinny Arsenal in New Jersey, which is a U.S. military base that designs and develops weapons, ammunition, and other armament. Picatinny Arsenal has worked on nuclear weapons, including the M65 atomic cannon. I'll preface everything I'm about to say by explaining that this last year I went through my dark night of the soul, spiritual awakening, realizing I was autistic, and then a subsequent shameless deep dive into quantum physics after realizing I wasn't being obsessive, but I had hyper-focused superpowers. Quantum physics tells us that time may be considered an illusion, as it could emerge from the interactions between quantum particles, particularly through the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, rather than being a fundamental aspect of reality itself. Meaning, our perception of time flowing is not necessarily how time truly exists at a quantum level. We can then deduct then that other dimensions do not necessarily experience time the way we do here in the 3D. Sightings of UAPs or plasmoids cluster around nuclear installations or events. This is a phenomenon that's been documented for years and years by military personnel and pilots, substantiated by testimony at the recent UAP congressional hearings. During the Cold War, UFOs were reported hovering over nuclear production sites like Hanford and Los Alamos. As the arms race heated up, these mysterious observers appeared to shift focus from research centers to active missile bases. This information is easily verifiable by a quick Google search. I do not feel it is any coincidence that the plasmoid sightings began directly following the contest. I want to clarify that it is my opinion that I believe the Diors and the plasmoids are different things. I believe the Diors are man-made and do belong to the military. The plasmoids, on the other hand, are likely interdimensional beings that are here in these massive numbers we've never experienced before due to the extreme potential for a nuclear incident. An extreme nuclear event could bleed into other dimensions. The larger the nuclear event, the more dimensions it could potentially affect. This is why sightings have been reported around nuclear installations since the first time one of these weapons was used. These plasmoid beings have an interest in Earth not experiencing total destruction. I don't know if they have the ability to stop it from happening or not, but I feel they will try. And as if I haven't been spiritually woo-woo enough in this video already, I'll remind everyone that Bashar said if she won, we'd see first contact. Nothing is coincidence, everything is connected. Like I said, I realize this is a huge break from what I typically post, and I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't feel the collective would benefit from this message. This is an exceptionally delicate time. While there is immeasurable human suffering in the last 10 days, I want to encourage everyone to zoom out and connect all of these dots, while continuing to do our best to support marginalized and targeted communities. The gravity of this current moment in humanity's history cannot be overstated.